just leave them alone, John, and let them get on with it? This is the question I was asked as I was writing the book Cult Escape by the cult I'd been in for 22 years. They called me and said, why can't you just leave us alone? You've got your life, we've got ours. You've made your choices, we've made our choices. We don't say eye to eye, let's just respect our differences and leave us alone. That's a good question, and it's one that I need to be able to answer if I'm to continue this campaign, creating awareness about religious cults, in fairness. I'd like you to hear my answer and to tell me what you think. Here it is. Why not leave slave trafficking alone? If they want to control people's lives, and some people want to be controlled, then why not just let them get on with it? Why not leave them alone? Drug dealers, they've decided the life they want. They supply a demand. There's people who want the supply that they offer. Why not leave them alone? Coercive controllers in families. They control their family members over the age of 16. It's illegal. But is it not a family affair? Why not just leave them alone? So, am I saying that religious cults are the same as slave trafficking, drug dealers and coercive controllers? Well, there is something they all have in common. They all separate or split families. I did some research for Cult Escape and I created a document which is on the website called Enough is Enough, and realised that people really have got to know about this. And so I went on social media and asked ex-cult members what members from their family have been forbidden or not allowed to have normal family life with them as a result of the cult. And secondly, what was the effect on the family? And I got 92 responses, and I'm going to read just 3 of them to you to give you an idea of what is happening right now around the world. So the first person said, regarding which family members have been separated from them: my mother, my father, my brother, his wife, my nieces and nephews, and my grandnieces and nephews, my grandmother, all of my aunts, uncles and cousins. I never saw my father again, as they refused to let us see him, even when he was dying. They didn't even tell us that he had died until they had already buried him. I only saw my mother a couple of times. The second person, they went on to say, it's a pain that never goes away. 1 minute you are part of a big loving family, and then you are dead to them as if you never existed. The second person, they are separated from their wife, 6 children, 10 grandchildren, 2 brothers, father and mother, 1 uncle and 1 aunt. The effects: sadness, grief and despair. The third person, separated from my mother, 3 brothers, a sister, 1 uncle, 2 aunts, at least 18 nephews and nieces, maybe more, since 1970. This has caused much sorrow, especially when hearing that my brother had died at the age of 59 long afterwards. Also later, when my mother died and not being told till after the burial. These are horrendous examples of the cultic separation that is going on today. These are people who have feelings, who have pain at the separation of their loved ones, who are not allowed to hug and kiss them and have normal family life with them any longer. And I relate to this in my own story. When I was 4, my 4 grandparents suddenly disappeared out of my life. We were not allowed to have anything more to do with them. We were separated from them completely. When I was 22, I left the group I was in. I didn't leave my parents, but my parents, who were still in the group, were forbidden to have anything to do with me. Our family was separated. It was destroyed. So why not leave them alone, John? It's because I care. I'm creating awareness, knowing that people will start to awake to the fact there's been a divide in their life, and it's been pulling families apart. They'll see through it, and families will start to come back together again. An old prophet 2,500 years ago called Malachi, he said, the time is coming when the hearts of the fathers will turn back to the children, and the hearts of the children back to their fathers. And that's what will happen. And you and I can help. And here's how. just strike up a conversation with your family and friends. Have a little look at the website, read what's going on there, talk about the fact there's 1,000 cults alone in the UK. It's a subject that people are interested in and they want to know about. So please help create awareness simply by talking about it. And if you want to comment on this video, feel free to like it. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, and so that the algorithm will spread out the video to more and more people. So thank you for listening, and I shall see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.